Hey folks, this is Matt once again. By the time you see this, I probably have already uploaded the videos, the package that Ben Exodus 1 gave me. And I decided to, it's later on in the night, watch one of the films he sent me. Lucio Fulci's Zombie Flesh-Eaters. When the earth spits out the dead, they will return to tear the flesh of the living. Now, if this seems familiar, it is because it is also this film, which I don't think he knew that I had, but it's pretty much the same film. And this is the Zombie by Lucio Fulci by Blue Underground. This is the bare bones release. I guess there's a special edition of this. I don't know, maybe one day I'll pick that up. But yeah, these are pretty much the same film. I don't know what this says is 92 minutes. This says it's 90 minutes, but really I don't really know if there's any really differences other than the title, because the film. I'll just hold both up. Basically, the film, how this came to be was Lucio Fulci is an Italian filmmaker, and I've seen a couple of his films, like The Beyond, and I'll probably review another film that another person sent me, City of the Living Dead, Zuniga Jacob. He sent me that film. City of the Living Dead is also known as The Gates of Hell. That's another Lucio Fulci film. Maybe it'll be right after this review, or maybe it'll be like the next day or so. I'll upload that. Haven't watched it yet, but I've seen it once before, a long time ago. And then I know I've seen The Beyond. But basically overseas, like, I know overseas, this film, of course, is also known as Zombie Flesh-Eaters. In the US, is known as Zombie. But also in the overseas, when they had Dawn of the Dead, they called that Zombie, Z-O-M-B-I. And so when this came out, they passed it off as sort of the unofficial sequel to Dawn of the Dead. So, which it has nothing to do with Dawn of the Dead, but that's what overseas they decided to call it Zombie 2. So Zombie was Dawn of the Dead, then Zombie 2 was this film, and then over there you got Zombie 3, Zombie 4, which I think is After Death, and Zombie 5, Killing Birds, with like Robert Vaughn. No, I don't own those, so I'm not reviewing them. But, so, bottom line, Zombie by Lucio Fulci is either called Zombie 2 overseas, or it's called Zombie Flesh-Eaters overseas. I know, it gets pretty confusing. But, out of all the films Lucio Fulci has done, I guess this is probably his most famous film. Definitely his most mainstream film. Like, this is the film that probably has the simplest plot. It's the most straightforward of his films. Because sometimes his films can be pretty confusing. Like, I know The Beyond, even some of The Gates of Hell, I remember being somewhat confusing, especially the endings. But here it's pretty straightforward. It's kind of like, David Cronenberg, his most straightforward mainstream film is probably The Fly. I guess it would be probably my favorite Lucio Fulci film. I haven't seen a lot of Lucio Fulci films. I've seen those three: Zombie, Gates of Hell, City of the Living Dead, and The Beyond. No, I don't own The Beyond, so I'm not reviewing that either. But basically, the story is a boat comes into harbor in New York, and see, I'm not quite sure which one to hold, because someone was nice to give this to me, but I also have this film, so I'll hold it like this. A ship comes into harbor in New York, and some Coast Guard and folks go up there, and they find that there's a ship in the harbor in New York, there's a zombie on board, and it bites someone. And at first it seems like nothing comes of this, because basically the cop that gets bit, he gets sent to the morgue, and then doctors are looking at him, and then you see like the dead cop is waking up, and then you never see those tears again. So you're like, that's pointless, but not really, not till you get to the very end of the film. But you have this woman who is looking into this boat because it deals with her father. She wants to find her father. You also have this guy who's a journalist, and let's see if I can remember who was who. Don't have IMDb on me. I forgot who was who. Damn. But the guy's a journalist. The girl's looking for her father. They go on the boat. They find some info about her father. Who's on this island. So they go to this island and they come across these two people. One, I know that actor's name is Al Cliver. He's a guy who sort of has a mustache and beard. And his woman is like, okay, fine, we'll take you to the island, but the island is said to be cursed. And on the island, you find out that there's this doctor. Let's see the name of the doctor. Basically, in the Caribbean sort of thing. And this doctor, there's this sort of onset of zombies that are waking up. And they said the cause is a voodoo curse. And of course, the scientist on there doesn't believe in it. And the girl's father, he was bit and he was infected, and they were trying to find a cure. And this doctor is still trying to find a cure. No such luck. Again, they're there to search for this girl's father. And pretty much they get there, and the zombies take over. Some of them escape until you get to the very end where they realize that, you think back to the beginning, that cop that was rising up, put two and two together, it started a chain reaction. So by the time they get back, pretty much New York is overrun by zombies, and there's even a shot of zombies on the Brooklyn Bridge with, really enough, the two towers, the Twin Towers in the background and stuff. Which is, like, that's a hell of a shot to get. Now, Zombie, it's not a film that I would say is a classic, but I like the film. I can say I like this film. Granted, the acting is not that good. The story really isn't much to run home about. The dubbing as well. I mean, the acting pretty much sucks, and I can't really say I cared about the characters. But there was stuff I liked about this. I mean, the most famous stuff about this movie would be, there's certain scenes that will stick out of your mind. There's a scene where the girl is looking for her father. They stop and she dives into the water topless. A zombie attacks her. She gets away, and then the zombie actually attacks a shark. So you have a zombie versus shark scene, and it's a real shark. They used a real shark, which is why it's actually a pretty good scene, because it's actually a real person dressed as a zombie dealing with a real shark, and you have like a zombie tears a part of the shark. Hopefully you don't just make up the fact that they didn't hurt the shark for real. And then another shark comes, like rips his arm off or fucks with its arm. So I'm like, wow, zombie versus shark scene. It's actually well filmed. I think it's well filmed. You got a real shark, you got a real guy dressed as a zombie. I thought it was pretty damn solid. Then you have this scene where the doctor's wife on the island gets attacked, and they grab her hair, and there's like a splinter, a piece of wood, and she's slowly pulled in. And the thing about this, which I think it was on Bravo's 100 or so scariest movie moments, is that she gets pierced in the eye slowly. It's not a quick cut. It doesn't shy away. Like, literally, it's like you see it slowly go into her eye, and you see it slowly go in, completely unpuncture it. Then it breaks off, and you see that the splinter is broken off and still in her eye. She gets pulled away. And like, it's wincing, I can't say the gore is 100% realistic or anything, but it's still wincing. Like, ugh. And then later on, they find her body, and she's like torn to bits pretty much. And when people get bit, I mean, it's really chunky, bloody, gory stuff. Other scenes is they don't have. Usually, you would see that zombies. Yeah, here it is. This guy, where they're running away and they stop somewhere, and this guy comes out of the ground slowly because they find out they're actually on top of a cemetery. So yeah, this guy slowly coming out of the ground, filled with maggots and stuff in its eye, and for some stupid reason, this lady just stares at it. She's like, and like, run, bitch, run, run, get the fuck out of Dodge, run, run, run. How about now? How about now? Can you hear me now? Can you run? No, she just. Of course, she gets her throat bit for being an idiot. But the thing about Lucio Fulci, I gotta say, the guy, I think he creates certain mood to his film, a certain sense of, like, you could tell in his films, it looks like it's the end of the world. I don't know if it's the way he shoots it, or if it's the cinematography, or the fact that these zombies, they look dead. I mean, they look like you could almost smell these zombies. And these zombies just have a certain look to them that I really enjoy. I mean, they look fucked up. They look like they're just bones with just a hunk of skin on it. And, you know, the look of the zombies I thought was always cool in Lucio Fulci films, including this. There was always just an interesting look to the zombies. I mean, they look dead. They seem dead. They actually look like reanimated corpses. You know, they just have, again, you can almost smell them through the screen. I know it sounds weird, but. And, you know, the gore is unflinching. It's definitely very bloody. When people get bit in the arm, it's really big chunks. And I really like the score in this film, especially the. It's like kind of a creepy score, I felt. Kind of a creepy fucking score. But, and basically inside is just advertisement and then scene selection. But I like the score. I like the look of the zombies. The ending where the survivors in this hospital. I like the bits where, like, for the corpses, they, like, the scientists and the doctor and stuff wrap them up and put, like, ropes around them, like, wrap them entirely so they're entirely covered, and they slowly rise up, and then when they get shot, it's kind of creepy, I thought. You have a cool scene where you get some good special effects. I thought, you know, practical effects where you have the reporter, you have the girl, and you have the guy with the beard, who I didn't mind him too much. I mean, again, the dubbing isn't the greatest, the acting isn't the greatest at all, but they have some shotguns, they blow some zombies away, that's pretty cool. He gets bit because he sees his woman, and he doesn't do anything. Like, his woman is now a zombie. She got her throat ripped. He gets bit. The reporter and the girl go on the boat. It's like, okay, we're going to help you. But then he turns. It's like, okay, we're going to keep him down there. So we're going to use him as, you know, evidence. They get on a radio and they find out that, you know, New York and such are fucked up. But again, you know, Dawn of the Dead is still, in my opinion, the best zombie film of all time. Same with, you know, the original Day of the Dead, even the remake of Dawn of the Dead and stuff. But this is still a good film. I still say I like this film. If you're a gore hound, it's worth a look, especially unrated version. And then it does have its famous scenes like zombie versus shark and the splinter in the eye, and when the zombies rise out of the ground with that creepy music. There's a certain good sense of dread and end of the world type stuff. But at the same time, it's nothing too remarkable story-wise. It's a voodoo curse on an island. It's that game Dead Island. But the acting isn't much to run home about. Nice shot at the end with the zombies on the Brooklyn Bridge. Like, how did they pull that off? But either way, I like the film. I mean, I've seen better zombie films, but I still like it. I still say it'd probably be in my top 10 zombie films. It's a good one. So either way, thanks for watching. Take care. Check out Zombie. If you're a fan of zombie movies or horror films, it's worth a look at least. But hell, it's zombie versus shark and that scene with the splinter in the eye. Those two scenes alone are worth it. And either way, thanks for watching. Take care. And stay tuned for more reviews. Later.